Hello from a library. My name is Adam Carruthers and this is a brand new episode of Gadget Nation, and I'm as excited as I've always been. I got a lot to show you, especially if you like to take selfies on a really nice camera. Of course, there's plenty more in store like game reviews, news, etc. So I'm just going to step over here, pick out a book whilst we start the show.
Lenovo has announced the launch of the new P300 to its ThinkStation product portfolio, suited for users who need a machine that is able to execute mission-critical tasks.
Today is the announcement of the P300, one of the state-of-art design products that combine the performance, durability, and sustainability actually into the device that we design. For those customers who running, I would say, high-end performance applications, when they want basically to give them a higher productivity, I would say. And the price point for this product is nothing at 328, it's quite close to a desktop price today.
Samsung has unveiled its new design approach with the Galaxy Alpha. It features a sophisticated design in a carefully constructed compact body with a metal frame and a solid finish. Elegant and practical, the Galaxy Alpha is the optimal convergence of style and cutting-edge technology. HTC, a global leader in innovation and design, has announced the all-new HTC Butterfly 2. Packed with the latest HTC Sense 6 experience, HTC dual camera for advanced imaging, and an intuitive motion launch advanced sensor, the new HTC Butterfly 2 delivers an unparalleled smartphone experience.
And smile. Aha. Well, not a bad picture at all. The question is, what am I holding here in my hand? Something brand new from Samsung. Obviously, it's a camera, but I don't want to tell you about it here. I want to tell you about this outside. Camera time. I'm very excited to show you what I have right here, the Samsung NX3000 3000. It's not too expensive, slightly less than 1,700 ringgit to be precise. So obviously a very good price point, an entry-level model, but there's a lot to love about it, which makes you think, why is it that cheap? Okay, before I discuss some of the features, let's just take a look at the body. It has, and it's advertised on the box as well, as being a very premium feel. It's got this faux leather around it, not too heavy as well. In fact, if you've ever tried out the NX2000, which this one effectively replaces, it's slightly lighter, which obviously is a good plus point. Now, the reason I said I'm really surprised at the price is it's got the hot shoe compartment up there. As you can see, I've actually attached the flash. I'm going to take that off in a second. It's also got the tripod area right there at the bottom as well. So obviously, there's a lot of bells and whistles with this device, not only with the terms of the functions, but also with just the body itself. Now, obviously, one of the big things nowadays would have to be selfies. Selfies obviously are, well, it's in the dictionary now. It was added in because everybody loves to take a selfie. Now, the screen at the back itself, it's a 3-inch screen, is actually slightly smaller and not quite as good as the NX2000, but there's lots to love about it. For example, I could flip it straight up like such, take a selfie, and then that will also switch the camera on, by the way. I just have to wink at the camera and it will take a picture after 2 seconds. So something really cool there. Well, if you're into selfies. If you're not into selfies, obviously that's a bit of a dud function, but plenty to like about the screen, even though the resolution and all is not quite as good as it was before. So as I unscrew this, let's find out a little bit more. So I've taken that off. What else is there about this? Obviously, you're probably wondering about the internal specs. It's a 20.3 APS-C CMOS sensor. So obviously, it's definitely going to do a very good job. I'm a fan of that sensor. It's pretty nifty. Now, in case you're also wondering what it comes bundled with in this box, apart from the flash, which I just showed you, it also has this lens right here, 16 to 50 mm lens. And it's a pretty versatile lens. There's a lot to do with this lens, in my opinion. It's got the nice function button at the side right there. So it's a nice little package that it comes with, this lens kit. But obviously this is a compact mirrorless system, so you can also play around with the lenses itself to get some even better pictures. Now, I think this is a pretty smart camera. The functions themselves, like if you want to shoot, say, trading lights, if you want to shoot things at night, by the way, the ISO goes to 25600, so obviously low light conditions in this are pretty nifty as well. Should add that before I talk more about these features. So obviously, whatever you want to take, it seems to have a whole array of functions, although to be honest, most cameras do nowadays. It's just a question how well do these functions perform, and in this case, obviously, it does pretty nifty. It shoots also in full HD, obviously, as do most cameras out there nowadays. You pretty much have to, but in terms of you want to do a slower frame rate, 10 or 15 frames per second, you can choose. Not exactly the greatest, but it'll certainly do the most basic of jobs. Now, there's a whole bunch of bells and whistles attached to this device. It's like a baby monitor, so you can connect this to your phone, and if your baby cries, it will notify you, well, the phone will get notified by this device, and then you can run upstairs and check on your baby, etc. So that's something rather new, rather novel, in my opinion, which is pretty interesting. Other things, I'm a big fan. I've really come to rely on having a device which you can use on NFC and also on Wi-Fi, etc. Not just, to take pictures in terms of using your phone as a remote control, but also to transfer pictures onto your mobile device or your iPad, whatever you're using really. And then you can upload them directly onto Instagram. Because in the past, you have to take the SD card out, you have to plug it in, then you have to upload it onto something like Dropbox, whatever, and then you can actually get it onto your phone. With the Wi-Fi feature, life is a lot easier, so pretty cool. Also, overall, I think the body feels very nice in this, and I'm still surprised of all these bells and whistles about the price. So overall, I think there's a lot to love about this camera. I mean, obviously it's got, as per usual, Samsung's iFunction button here on the lens, etc. So, you can access your white balance, whatever settings you have there, and aperture, easy access. But we've seen that before, so there's no point getting into it. The layout is simple. Like I said, it's slightly less than 1,700. So pretty cool. I mean, it's very basic. It has this nice premium feel. You can see in the back, very basic layout of buttons. It's all only here. And even at the top, very basic with a dedicated mobile button as well. So very simple, very nice, but there's a lot you can do with it. There's a lot to love about this, and I'd say I'm really impressed. Like the 5 frames per second shot. If you're gonna miss a moment, just take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just a split second like that. So pretty nifty. ISO goes pretty high, so low light conditions are pretty nice. Got lots of bells and whistles, and for its price point, it's definitely something worth checking out. Yes, the back screen may not be quite as nice as its predecessor, the 2000, but, flip it up, wink, take a picture, that will switch it on. It kind of sacrifices it, and I'd say I don't mind it too much, because at the end of the day, I prefer to look at my pictures on my phone rather than on this. So if you are in the line for something mirrorless, something new, and something which isn't too expensive, this is definitely worth checking out. It is very cheap. You compare it to something like the pen from Olympus, etc. Obviously, depending which model of the pen, but it does stand on its own, let's put it that way, even though the body and everything is quite similar in terms of shape and size. Very decent, very cool, not top of the line, not bottom of the line, just right.